Hello everyone. Today we're going to start talking about setting up your AWS HPCC instance. And if you're following this along with the course material, you'll see that you are able to make an HPCC instance using your AWS platform. So I'm just going to quickly walk through how this gets to be done and the different technologies you need and different accounts you need to make it happen. So I'm going to go through the slides, but I'm also going to be showing you real time how to do this. So I'll be switching through Windows here, and I appreciate you guys working with me on it. So there's a few steps here. There's 4 basic steps. Each is comprised of smaller steps, but the first thing you need to do is create your AWS account. You can use a free account, which is good if it's just for testing purposes. Now, if you ever want to scale this up, you're going to have to upgrade your services through AWS. There's a lot of information about that online, but if you're just doing testing and if you're just doing this for class, you can easily just use the free account. So once you create this free account, you'll navigate to this link right here, and that will show you how to link HPCC to AWS. It's actually a pretty clean process. We'll go through it in a second here. Once you do that, you'll create a local cluster, and then you'll navigate to your ECL Watch webpage. So let's jump right in. So again, the first thing you need to do is create your free AWS account. Now, of course, you don't have to do free. Excuse me here, why I put this over here. You don't have to do free, but if you just want to test HPCC, you can. Now you'll just navigate to this link, and I already have the page pulled up right here. This is what you'll be looking at. So this is your AWS free tier. You can go through all this and I'll tell you what is included in your free tier. There's quite a bit of information here, and I do recommend reading all of it. Another important thing about AWS is that they will bill you if you go over your free limits. I have included a link to talk about the free limits. Be familiar with this because you will get a bill if you go over your limits. So be familiar with that. So that's what you want to do. You want to go in here, create your free account. I'm not going to go through that process. Very straightforward. Amazon will walk you through it. It takes no more than 20 minutes. Then you'll have your account ready to go. So once you create your free account, then you need to navigate to the AWS HPCC page and obtain your AWS keys. So what do I mean by that? So HPCC, and the link's right here. I also have it pulled up right here. This is the HPCC systems on Amazon Web Services. So this will allow you to connect AWS with HPCC. Now, think of AWS like an API. It's a little different, but you still need these keys. You have a key ID and you have a secret key access. These are unique keys associated with your account. You generate these on an as-needed basis. Now, most people don't know this or know where to find it. I know I didn't, so I had to use this link right here. They can't find your access key ID. So once you do click that, just so you're aware, it'll bring you to this. You'll log in here, and it will direct you straight to the page you need to be on, which is right here. So once you get to this page, you're going to create a new access key, and then that will give you an access key ID and a secret access key. So once you do that, you'll log in here, and once you log in, you will see a page much like this. So I already have a cluster here, so ignore that. What you want to do when you first get here is you want to launch a cluster. So you're going to go to this top header right here. You hit launch cluster, and you can leave this as is. You can add more Roxy nodes, and if you don't know what a Thor and Roxy node is, that will be later explained in this course, or you can follow some links provided to figure that out. I would keep the region close to you. Traffic will be faster in that instance. And for now you can leave it as is. Thor nodes 1, Roxy nodes 0. That is fine just for testing purposes. That will show you what you're working with. If you want to make one with more nodes later, you'll figure that out too. Snapshot IDs, you can change this information. This is just a way to catalog your clusters. So I have already taken upon myself to make a cluster. So let me show you what happens after you make a cluster. And it's about a 10-minute process to create the actual cluster. And once you do create the cluster, the next thing you want to do is go to your cluster. So ECL Watch is a technology that was developed to work with your local HPCC clusters. Um, it is basically your management page for every cluster. The AWS has a really good way of showing you how to get this information. So right here, this is kind of your cluster snapshot. So it shows you what the cluster name is, how many nodes you have, your availability, your status, your launch log, and this is an important item right here that shows how I launched my HPCC. You'll go through the same thing and it gives you a status. Your config settings, IP addresses, etc. And this is how you also terminate your node. So I did not talk about this. This is the most important one. This is your unique IP for your node. If you click this, it will navigate you to your ECL watch for that particular cluster. And from here, you have you have everything you need to go through and manage your cluster. And if you're not familiar with this stuff, that's okay. It just means you probably haven't taken some of the other courses that we're providing. But from here, you can go to Playground and you can start using ECL to actually run commands on your cluster. And if you have not been here before, I do recommend you navigating to this link and taking the LexisNexis KSU ECL course. We talk all about ECL Watch, and you can find more information about this stuff here. All right, so that is what I got for you guys today. Hope you enjoyed. Please reference this as needed.